Hey, what's up guys? The Gangster Jeweler here. So today we are working on a ring that is missing. It's missing a stone right there. However, the prongs are wore down on this side, so we're gonna have to build some prongs. I saved you guys the painstaking process of trying to find a stone to match it. So I shortened that out by quite a bit, but this freaking wasp keeps wanting to fly around me for some reason. How are these things getting in here? That's what I gotta figure out. Stupid wasp. Anyways. So, back to this ring if I can get it to focus in here. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. So, right there, that stone right there. Now you see you got the prong here, but you can see these prongs over here are wore down, which is why the stone come out to begin with. So we are going to... Come on, stupid wasp, quit flying around me. So we're going to have to put some prongs on there, but before I do that, something I need to do here real quick. I saved y'all from having to look for a stone over here. Find one to match it anyways. Alright, now back over to this desk. So we're going to build a prong over on this side here. Hopefully we can. Alright. So let's go ahead and set this up here like that. And we'll go ahead and turn the third hand a little bit there like that. And hopefully we're going to have enough room. I don't know that we are. It's going to be tight trying to put a prong on that other side there. And we're just going to dip boric acid denatured alcohol all the way around it. Mainly because we got that stone just sitting in there. If we go to stick it in the whole ring in the boric acid denatured alcohol, the stone is just going to pop out on us. Alright, we're going to switch to a 4 tip. That's a 7. That's a 4. But that's not the 4 I'm looking for. I want the other 4. I should have another 4 here. No? There we go. That's 4 I was looking for. Alright. Let's go ahead and burn some of that denatured alcohol, boric acid mixture off of there. Alright, let's let that sit for a minute. Alright, now we're going to cut us a very, very, very small piece of solder because these prongs are super small. Super, super small. Alright, now Now we're not going to use any flux because the flux will cause the stone to bubble up out of the seat. So I usually don't use flux if I got a loose stone hanging around in there, because that will cause it to want to pop out of the seat. I got to find my very tiny piece of solder here. Okay, now what we got to try to do, I'm going to try to keep you guys in focus the best I can here. Hold on, I got to look at this thing. Okay. But we don't have a lot of wiggle room in this thing at all. Not a lot of wiggle room at all, guys. If any wiggle room. Sorry, I had to keep looking at the ring from the top side there. Oh, the stone's trying to move on me. Come on. Don't do that. Oh, come on. Get back in there. Get back in the seat. Oh boy, this is going to be a bitch already, I can tell. Alright, now I can get that seat back down into the seat there. Push that bitch back down in there. Alright, we're going to have to crank the heat up. We need more fire, y'all. Now, we're not worried about the stones because we are working with diamonds. They'll take heat all day. We ain't got to worry about them shattering or anything crazy. They will take heat all day long. Oh, come on, stone. Quit trying to pop out. Ah. Alright. Stone popped out of the seat there. Alright. Let's get our tweezers here, wherever the hell they're at. There we go. Alright, where'd that stone fall to? There it is, right there. Let's see if I can... Ooh, ring's hot. Alright, let's see if I can get this... Trying to see if I can get the stone to sit back in there. Come on. You can do it. Well, that bitch might be gone now. No, it ain't gone yet. Alright, let's pull that off. Try to get this reseated back in there. If we can. Let me zoom you guys back out for a minute here. But I don't know if you guys can see that, if I can just get this to focus in. But right there, so we got our prong there. But the freaking stone decided it wanted to pop out on us. For whatever reason. We're going to have to go over to the other desk for a second here. And see if we can't pop that stone back in there. Where'd the stone go? There it is. Come on, get out of there. This damn thing's not cooperating with us, guys. There we go. Yeah, that bitch is not on there. Okay. Hold on, let's... I gotta get that solder out of that hole now. Alright. Solder is gone again. So we're going to have to cut us another little piece. That is the only bad thing, is when the solder wants to stick to your stone. That's a real pain in the ass when it wants to do that. Alright, we got our stone sitting back in there again. I know it looks a little ugly right now, but not a hell of a whole lot we can do about that at the moment. Okay, let's go back to the other desk here. Back to the other desk. And we're going to try this again here. Hopefully we can keep the solder from trying to grab the stone. And I know in this situation my laser would probably be easier, but like I said, I don't use it because I find it, and here again, this is just my experience, guys. I find that hard solder, a good hard solder, works a hell of a lot better and lasts a hell of a lot longer than any laser weld that I've ever seen or done. Where'd my piece? Oh, there it is. But here again, that's just one man's opinion. That's not gospel by no means. Like I said, if I could get my money back on my laser, I would have. I should have sent that thing right back. Anyways, let's go ahead and zoom you guys in here. And let's give this another shot. Let's burn some of that boric acid, denatured alcohol off of there. Sorry guys, I am trying to keep you in focus. It's a little difficult here. Alright, I think we got our ball on there. Now we just got to get it to weld. We need more fire, y'all. More flame. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get this thing to focus in real good. Alright, that bitch might be on there. It might be on there, y'all. Let's let that cool off for a second. Let me zoom you guys back out here. Let's let that cool off for just a minute. We'll go ahead and stick it in water. It's diamonds, we're not worried about them anyways. Tried to pop up. Okay. Tried to pop up on us. So I don't know if you guys can see that right there. So we got the prong there, but it tried to pop up on this side here on us. Sure as hell did. Oh boy. Okay. Ah! Where'd my stone just go? Damn it, we lost our stone, y'all. Ain't that a bitch? Alright, well I got a prong on there, but stone kind of shifted as I was trying to get the prong on there. So I got the prong right here. And we just lost our stone, so I had to look for another one. That sucks. I was trying to save y'all from having to go through digging around looking for stones. That was the whole point of me trying to find one beforehand. But sometimes things just don't go the way you plan them. Like I always say, never goes the way you plan it. And look at this stone right here. Sorry y'all, it's really hard to keep you on focus on these stone repairs. It really is. Maybe what I need to do is figure out a different setup of some kind. Try to figure that out. This thing's being a real biatch, ain't it? Shit, that stone might be too big. Might be too big. Yeah, that sounds too big. Let me get that thing out of there. Alright, back on the hunt, guys. Back on the hunt. Let me look at this one here. That one's too ugly. Too ugly. That one's too ugly too. Okay, well. I had a good stone in there, but we lost that freaking thing. Let me take a look at this one. See what this one's going to look like. Well, no, that one ain't going to work either. No, that one ain't going to work either. Damn. That one might work, maybe. Maybe, possibly. Let's take a look here. Shit, that's probably too big. Let's try to see if it'll set in there. Oops. Alright, so we got a prong. Let me get this focus in. So we got a prong right there. And we need to rebuild this one and build this one up a little bit more. So let's head back on over to the desk here. Get that taken care of. This one has definitely turned out to be a little bit more work than I was anticipating, but hey, like I said, it never goes the way you plan it. You'll have the whole idea planned in your head, and it just doesn't work out that way. Alright, now that we kind of got the stone sitting in there a little bit, we can go ahead and dip the whole ring in boric acid denatured alcohol there. Go ahead and light her up. Let that burn off. And we're going to cut us a little piece of solder here. Just a tiny little piece. And we're using a 4-tip, if you remember correctly. Let me zoom you guys on in here. And what we need to try to do is try to get this sorry y'all, I'm trying my best to keep you guys in focus here. I really am. It's tough, boy. I didn't realize when I started this how hard it was going to be to try to keep a camera in focus while also doing the repairs, man. I'm getting better at it, but I still got a long way to go. Fuck yeah. I think that'll work. I think. From what I can tell anyways. From what I can tell. Alright, we gotta move this over just a hair. This prong here. We need to move it over just a hair. Sorry guys. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. Grab some locking tweezers here. Let me zoom you guys out here. So I think if I can get this to focus in here. Let me zoom you guys in a little more here. So I think we're good now. So we got one, I don't know if you can see, I don't want to touch it because it's hot, but we got one prong there, and we got one prong right there. I need to test it though, make sure that it's nice and tight in there. Oh yeah, that bitch ain't going nowhere. Sorry, let me zoom you guys back out here. Kind of looking at the stone, making sure it's tight in there. Looks like it's nice and tight in there. Yeah, that bitch ain't going nowhere. Okay. Alright guys, we got us 2 prongs. Got us 2 prongs right there. Those 2 right there. Looks kind of ugly right now, but we're going to remedy that here in just a second. First of all, we're going to level this out a little bit. Okay, let's do one more. Yeah, that bitch is in there, yo. Alright guys, I'm going to go drop this into ultrasound for a second. And then we'll go polish this thing up. And we'll look at the finished product, guys. But there's our 2 prongs right there. Come on, focus in. Right there, those 2 right there. But I think that's going to do it, guys. Let's go ahead and drop it in ultrasound, then we'll go polish it. I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are ready to get this thing polished up. You see we got our 2 prongs right there. So let's go ahead and polish this sucker up. We're going to start with our prongs here. Start with them. Get this top part looking good. Alright, now let's kind of hit the sides here a little bit. It's a nice looking ring set though. It is nice. I'll give him that. I will give them that. take care of the sides here now. Alright, let's hit the inside now, guys. Hit the inside of the ring. Alright guys, we got it nice and polished. Let's go get this rouge off of it. We'll come back and look at the finished product, guys. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back with that ring. You can see, if I can zoom us in here, we got our prongs, 2 prongs on there, right? Come on. Focus in. Damn, it's too shiny. But our 2 prongs are right there and there for that stone. You can see we got it nice, clean and polished. Got it looking real good. But that was a fairly complicated repair. It didn't go quite the way I wanted it, but we still got it taken care of. Not a big deal. What now? I had it planned in my head, but a lot of times you're going to find it don't always work out the way you plan it. So, but this is the Gangster Jeweler, guys. If you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like to leave a tip or donation, the link for that will be down in the description, although it's not required. Just helps the channel grow and show some love. If you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop, which I'll have the link for that down in the description. And also, if you would like to do, if you'd like to check out my TikTok live reaction and gaming stream, I'll have that down there. And also my Kick live reaction and gaming stream, I'll have that down there. Also, I'm probably going to start, I started the Gangster Jeweler channel over on Rumble. So we're going to go, I'm going to start putting my videos over there as well. YouTube is kind of being some, they're kind of being dickheads. I'm not sure why. Not for this channel, but for my other channel that I had, Boss TV. They're striking the shit out of me, and now I'm on a 1-week ban because of some copyright BS, I guess, doing reaction videos and stuff. So I'm going over to Rumble. It's kind of weird that you get copyrighted for something that's already on YouTube. It's like they're rebroadcasting it, so why can't you rebroadcast it? It's really weird. So I got a Rumble channel as well. Also, if you would like to, if you're looking to buy jewelry in the Jacksonville area, I highly recommend Money Miser on Blanding Boulevard. And if not there, if you're looking to buy jewelry online, I highly recommend Stellar Jewelry, which I'll have the link for that down in the description. But I appreciate you guys watching. Shout out to Alex and Robert Hunter, Lord Mark. Shout out to all you guys. Shout out to all my subscribers. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Helps with the algorithm for YouTube. And comment. But I appreciate you guys watching. This is Gangster Jeweler. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, y'all.